Well, I'll let you guys rant. Nolan, since you've been so quiet over there, why don't you just go ahead and light that Aiyuk fire again, like you have been doing all week?
Yeah. Yeah, I've been ready for this one. We're ready to set you off, JT, with these comments. There's some, Brandon Aiyuk comments on Twitter. Apparently, there were some reports that were, whether or not they were real or not, some people are questioning them. But I think it was like Monday or Tuesday. Some people think we might be close to an Aiyuk deal. It didn't materialize, but then there were some real reports that came out that the Patriots, the Browns, and us were the three teams that were all involved. Apparently, the Commanders were involved earlier, but they seem to be out now. So those three teams are in the mix. We'll see what the Steelers, offer if they can get a deal done with him. We'll see. It seems like it's trending that way, but we don't know because of all the fake reports and what's been out there. We'll see what happens. I know JT's going to be excited for Aiyuk coming if he does. So, yeah.
If you're asking me my thoughts,
yeah, JT, what are your thoughts?
You asked for it. Well,
yeah. Should I be worried?
I don't care. I don't want Steelers giving up a lot of capital for this dude, though. I think they're just playing a game. I agree with you, TA. I think they're just toying with San Francisco, and we got to get some comments from our listener from Fossey. We need to get some comments there. So speak up. But anyhow, what is Aiyuk doing? Is he playing a game to get more money and stay in San Francisco? What the hell's going on? I mean, it seems like things have stalled. Nobody else wants him. He obviously didn't want to play for New England or
Cleveland. Yeah, he wants to play for Cleveland.
Yeah, right. So, there you go. So what are we doing here? Anybody know? Nobody seems to know.
I don't know.
Let's just say this. Who thinks, with a raise of hand, who thinks he'll end up in Pittsburgh somehow? 2 and 3 to 1.
You didn't see anything. You didn't see anything.
But I totally see the other side too. What we were watching, of course, it was just camp, but we have some receivers I think that are trying to make a name for themselves. TA, what were your thoughts?
Oh, no. I'm sitting here patiently waiting for the man, the myth, the legend, Freight Train. Come on, buddy.
He always has to play second to fiddle to what I say.
You've been blowing
Does anybody notice the trend? Does anybody notice the trend?
Let's go. You've been blowing.
He's just afraid that he agrees with everything I say, so he has to come up with a rebuttal after I go.
Not in this case.
No. I honestly, I really do believe that he's going to be here. I think Omar is going to whittle away at this thing. I don't think it'll happen this week. I think it'll happen more along the lines of next week. I cannot see this team giving up 2 first-round draft picks. That's not our style. That's not Omar's style. But I think you're starting to see the focus of this football team and turning the tide with the times in the NFL. Yes, it's not necessarily a running team. I know that's what everybody says, that our identity is going to be this year, so forth. That's not really the case anymore. You have to be able to pass and make plays downfield to score the football. Any good team in the league now puts up at least 24 to 30 points a game. You cannot tell me you cannot win consistently only putting up 10, 12, 17 points a game. It just does not work anymore. And George Pickens needs help out there. If he's going to be your true number one guy, he needs somebody else. You already got rid of Deontay Johnson, and you somehow had to figure out a way to replace what Deontay Johnson did for you. That was 400 catches in 5 seasons that you now had to replace. And I do not have the confidence in Calvin Austin and Van Jefferson and anybody else out there that can get me 400 more catches.
Quiz.
It's just not
Quiz, man. Got Quiz. Come on.
So I think the Steelers are looking at this contract. Yes, he's going to get a lot of money. I don't think he's going to get the $30 million range, but I could definitely see probably $26 to $28 million. I could definitely see that. And they're going to shift their focus instead of you're already seeing it. They've already declined Najee's option. I don't think Najee is going to be back next season. So you're going to have him off of your books. Okay. Full on expect them to get rid of Russell Wilson. We are going to keep Justin Fields, and we're going to pay him some money. He's not going to get top quarterback money because he has not been a top quarterback in this league. So now you're going to get him on a more team-friendly contract, a more of a prove-it deal, albeit it'll be a shorter deal. But then you're shoring up your quarterback option. Now he has more weapons than he's ever had in his career, and you're starting to see what happens. He looks like a different quarterback. And this week, he's going to show everybody why he needs to be QB1. And Brandon Aiyuk is going to help him elevate to be that. That's what happens when you say intelligent things on this show.
Was that a video on repeat on?
Yep.
You had to get that in there. Hey, I wanted to mention something too. Muth looked pretty agile moving. I mean, not like the catch and get 2 yards kind of tight end. I think he's re-inspired too. But anyhow, just an observation. But so I don't know. That Fields debate is going to play out. So we could beat on it or whatever. But he did look good. But it'll be interesting to see. He's going to be starting. So it'll be interesting how
he's already came out and Tomlin's already changed it. He's already admitted it's a quarterback competition now.
Oh yeah. Well, that's good. But let me get back to DJs because I heard this afternoon on the way home from work. They brought up the rumor that Dallas Cowboys couldn't be involved as well too. Am I right, DJ? But yeah, they're talking about like a 3-team trade now, and them getting. I
mean, shoot, I'll take CD Lamb.
Yeah,
send them our way.
I didn't get the details on that, but I'm sure you'll see a lot of that now.
EA, we're writing an article tonight. We're breaking news. Steelers Realm podcast. The Steelers are getting CD Lamb. They're just finalizing the details.
Look, I tell you what, this is nothing but a bunch of clickbait, and it's catching suckers left and right, man. I feel like I'm on Lake Erie kipping shitheads because that's what we're hooking left and right on this whole conversation. And the media is loving it. Now, if there is any truth to it, and where there's smoke, not in Philadelphia, there is fire.
not that smoke.
Now, with that being said, though, guys, I mean, let's be realistic here. This is a circus. It's a spectacle. Why do we want this on our team? We just got rid of all the spectacles. I don't want that back on this team. I want to see what this team can do as a team. Now, here's what this guy is going to do. It doesn't matter what contract you give him. It doesn't matter if it's Field or Russell throwing him the ball. After a year and a half of him making spectacular plays and of George, you want George to be a number one. George will not be the number one. It will be all about Brandon Aiyuk. You will end up ruining any chance, and you will watch him pout like a little boy. You were going to, because his confidence is right there.
How are you? I haven't seen Brandon Aiyuk pout one time when he was with the 49ers. The guy wants more money.
I didn't say that. I said George. I said bringing Brandon in here is going to make George pout. So we're going to be in the same situation. We're not going to have a wide receiver in 2 years. You mark my words, if this trade happens, it is going to blow up in our face. Now, if it does happen, the one thing I am confident about is the con man is playing this very well. He's waiting for it to blow up in the 49ers face to where they have no choice, and they will move him. But mark my words, this is a dangerous situation for our ball club because we just got rid of it. We need more Hines Wards on this team, not ABs. And this guy will want more money in 2 years. Mark my words.
Who, George?
No, Brandon. Because the contract he signs, he will cry that he's not the most paid. Look, you think I'm crazy? Name how many divas have done that already.
But he doesn't have a track record of being a diva. He's been in an offense that has featured Christian McCaffrey, who gets more touches than anybody in that offense. He shared the field with Deebo Samuel. He shared the field with George Kittle. What's the difference becoming him? And George, that's not going to affect anything.
And who was it? Christian McCaffrey to come out and said, "My ex-teammate." I mean, my teammate.
I'm not looking too much into it.
Whoa. Oh, no, I'm looking a lot into that because that was a nice Freudian
You're trying to compare
slip.
apples to oranges here.
That was a nice Freudian slip. And I'm here to tell you, and even Deebo, before this circus started, was even, look, man, I'm trying to talk to the young guy. I went through the same
Deebo
thing.
just did the same thing 2 years ago.
Deebo didn't take it to this level. Deebo played out everything perfectly as a consummate pro. Brandon Aiyuk has not done any of that. Matter of fact, he has not listened to anybody who has tried to give him advice. If he did, the 49ers probably would pay him, just like Deebo and just like Christian got paid. That's not happening. Go back and look. The writing's right there in front of you, black and white. You all are looking at it as we need a number 2, and that's starstruck. That's what this is right now in Steeler Station, starstruck.